Hi children, good morning. Today is Friday and we are going to do culture. Do you remember what was our theme for the previous term? Culture theme for previous term? Wonders in the garden. And what is the theme for this term? The second term. We started new term. I sent you new books. What's the culture theme? It is Animal Kingdom. Yes. And last class I introduced you about wild and domestic animals, and we also spoke about one special category called mammals. What are mammals? Mammals are those creatures which give birth to young ones. They give birth to babies. Okay. So we had come across few animals which were mammals, right? Shall we go through it one more time? Come. Giraffe. It's a mammal. Lion. Lions are mammals. Can you see it with its young one? Zebra. It's a mammal. They also give birth to babies. Humans, like us, they also give birth to babies. Kangaroos, mammals. Elephant, they are also mammals. Okay, so mammals give birth to babies. What else did I tell about mammals? Mammals are, they have a little hair on their body, right? Yes, you remember the story when I was showing Gajapati, Kulapati and all. You would have seen little hair like drawings on its head. Yes, so they have little, like you also have hair on your body. Animals like lion and all have hair on their body. Horses and zebras, they all have hair on their body. It helps that hair helps them to regulate their body temperature. When it is getting hot outside, it helps to maintain the coolness in the body. Okay, your body will be cooling. There is one thing I want to introduce to you today is about being warm-blooded and cold-blooded. Mammals are always called as warm-blooded. Okay, tell it again. Warm-blooded. Warm-blooded means we always have a constant temperature. Okay, now you all know, no, when we go out means they are putting that temperature checking, they are taking, no, before sanitizing our hands, they take the temperature. Right. So our temperature is always the same. Whether we go to a very, very cold place or whether we go to a very, very hot place, our temperature should be always constant. Okay. When our temperature is same always, we are called warm-blooded. Okay. There is a mechanism inside our body which will, when it is hot outside, it will try to cool our body. When it is cold outside, it will try to warm up our body. So we are able to maintain one constant temperature. Namma temperature change agadu. It will be always the same temperature. Okay. But the cold-blooded animals their temperature will change drastically. The warmer places they go, their temperature also will change along with the environment. The colder temperatures they go, their temperature also will go very, very, very drastically changing with that environment. Adinala ennagum, when they suddenly move to another place, there is a possibility that they will die. They cannot live in different environments. அவங்களுக்கு அவங்க environmentல மட்டும் தான் இருக்க முடியும் because they are cold blooded. Their body cannot change temperature. It cannot regulate temperatures. Temperature ஏறும்போது அவங்களுக்கும் ஏறும் and they will be having a difficult time. புரியுதா? But we mammals, we have warm blood. We are warm blooded. நம்ம temperature நம்மனால change பண்ணிக்க முடியும். Regulate பண்ணிக்க முடியும். சரியா? Our temperature will not change. Our body will try to adjust and maintain the temperature. So it is called warm blooded. Okay? Please remember that we are warm blooded. Okay. Second one what I was talking to you was about Vertebrates and invertebrates. Did you all go check for the backbone behind you? Yeah, did you see the backbone? Did you check for your mommy and daddy? Was it there? Okay, so we just verified that with these cards, right? Those which animals which have the backbone are called vertebrates, and those which do not have that backbone, that central bone, is called as invertebrates. Shall we quickly see the vertebrates and invertebrates? Come. First, we'll see the pictures of those creatures which have the backbone. Vertebrates. All these are vertebrates. They have backbone. Birds. All birds have backbone. Vertebrate. All humans have backbone. Vertebrates. Bats. Bats have backbone, so they are called vertebrates. Snakes. All snakes have that central bone going. Although it is all turning, they have that central bone. It's called vertebra, so they are called vertebrates. Horses have backbone. It gives them the shape itself. You see that? They have the shape because of the backbone. Vertebrates. Fishes also have a central bone. Those who eat fish, they would have noticed the vertebrae, that central bone. So they are vertebrates. Lizards. They are also having backbone. So they are vertebrates. Frogs and tortoise. They are also vertebrates. Okay. Now we'll take a look at some of the invertebrates, those creatures which do not have backbone. Insect like butterfly. They do not have backbone. They are very soft and tender, right? Yeah. You've seen the mosquitoes. If you try to kill a mosquito, do you see it having a bone? No. So they don't have that central bone. Insects like butterfly, mosquito, grasshopper, they are all invertebrates. Invertebrates. Snail, their body is also very soft, no bone in it. Invertebrate. Earthworms. We learnt about this in the Wonders in the Garden, right? They will be inside the soil and they are also called friend of the farmer. They do not have, they look like snake, but snakes have the central bone. The worms do not have it, any worm. So, worms are invertebrates. Starfish, they also do not have central bone. Spiders, invertebrate. Sea anemones, invertebrates. Lobsters, invertebrates. Jellyfish, invertebrates. So this is for you to know simply a general understanding of, there are two types, animals which have the backbone and which do not have the backbone. Okay, not everybody have backbone. Some of them have, some of them do not have. Those who have, we call them vertebrates. Those who do not have them, we call them invertebrates. Just like telling flowering plants and non-flowering plants. Okay, we just splitting them into two. Okay, vertebrates and invertebrates. And all the mammals, the humans, the bats, the horses, all of them are what? Vertebrates. They have the backbone on them. Okay. Now, we'll go to the next topic for today. Are you all ready for today's topic? Okay, today's topic we are going to learn about, just like mammals, another category, another classification, we call them as reptiles. Okay, reptiles. All these days you have been taking animals as everything together. All the animals you're bringing in together, they all belong to the animal kingdom. But there are classifications. Like I told you, mammals. Now these are different type called reptiles. Reptiles are those creatures like lizards. Okay? Lizards. You've seen how a lizard move? They will crawl on the floor, right? They will only crawl on the floor. Shall I give you another example for reptiles? Crocodiles. Have you seen crocodiles? Crocodiles are also reptiles. Then what all do we have? Any other creature that will crawl on the floor, can you say? Snake. Snakes, they crawl on the floor? Yes. So snakes are also reptiles. Then in the lizard category itself, you have these Gila monsters. Do you know them? Yeah, these Gila monsters, they live in the desert and all. They also are reptiles. Okay? Reptiles. Can you say? Reptiles. Then, what else is there? I will also say one more. That it doesn't crawl really. It is a highly evolved kind of reptile, but we do not see it anymore. It is gone. It has become extinct. It's the dinosaur. Dinosaurs are also reptiles. How many of you are dinosaur fans here? I'm sure all the boys will raise your hand. Yes. So dinosaurs are reptiles. Now you think of all these creatures which I'm talking to you about. Snake, lizard, Gila monsters, then crocodiles and the dinosaurs. Do you see a similarity in all of them? Yes. One more similarity, the way they move, right? They all crawl on the floor and they will go. Another one similarity in them is like how we have hair on our body, like how mammals have hair on their body will have scales, very, very thick scales they'll have on their body. Okay? You know why they have very thick scales on their body? Because they are cold-blooded. Okay? Their body cannot regulate temperature. I told you, no, cold-blooded, warm-blooded. Warm-blooded like us, we can maintain our temperature. If I went to Antarctica also, my temperature will be the same. If I went very close to a volcano also, my temperature will be the same only. In the hottest desert also I go, my temperature will be same. Unless I have a fever. ஃபீவர் இருந்தால் தான் நமக்கு டெம்பரேச்சர் ஏறும், இல்லைன்னா நம்ம டெம்பரேச்சர் எப்போவுமே நார்மலாக தான் இருக்கும். பட் these reptiles are cold-blooded. Okay, so when the temperature goes high, their temperature also will start fluctuating. There is no mechanism itself for them to regulate their body temperature. That is the reason why dinosaurs and all went extinct. Extreme temperatures அவங்களுக்கு தாங்க முடியாமல் அவங்க வந்து செத்து போயிட்டாங்க. And all of the dinosaurs got extinct. இப்போ எதுவுமே இல்லை நமக்கு dinosaurs. But we have things like snakes and crocodiles and all are still living. And they have a very thick skin. Okay, so if they want to protect, when they feel the temperature is getting very hot outside, what they have to do, they have to specifically go and sit in a place. For example, if the crocodile is feeling hot, what does it do? It will go sit under the water. It has to do something like that. It cannot sit outside for very long time. It will die otherwise. If you go to crocodile park, you will see some will be under the water, some will be sitting outside the water. அதுக்கு தான், பிகாஸ் அவங்களால டெம்பரேச்சர் மெயின்டைன் பண்ண முடியாது, அவங்க வந்து தண்ணி கடியில் உட்காந்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும். சரியா? ஸோ தீஸ் creatures are like that and they have very thick scales. Scales are like the scales of the fish. Remember Miss Saranya taught you about scales of the fish? Yes, like that. Very, very thick scales there. Instead of skin, they have thick scale on their body. It is a skin only. On the skin, they will have the thick scale. So very, 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 very thick skin they will have. Okay. So these are the things which I want you to know about reptiles. One is they are vertebrates. They have backbone. Two, they are cold-blooded. அவங்கனால அவங்க temperature maintain பண்ண முடியாது. So what will happen? Wherever they go, according to that environment's temperature, their temperature also will go up or down. Okay? So they are cold-blooded. Next one is they have scales on their body. Okay. And the last one is what? Do they give birth to babies? Can you tell me? Lizard gives birth to babies? No. Does snake give birth to babies? No. How about crocodiles? Do they give birth to babies? No. You would have seen a crocodile book in the school, right? Many of them. Tishant loves to see crocodile book always. Yes, what did you see in the crocodile book? The babies, where did they come from? Egg. They come out from the egg. So, reptiles always lay eggs. Okay? All the reptiles will lay eggs. Most of them. Except for few snakes like the boa constrictor kind of snakes and all. They give birth to baby snakes. But rest of them, all of them come from the egg only. Okay? So, in your book, take a close look. Come. In this page, you have to, that is page number 3, you will be circling and coloring only the reptiles. Now, can you tell me which are the reptiles in there? We'll start from here. Ostrich, is it a reptile? No, it's a bird. Cow, is it a reptile? No, it's a mammal. The snake, is it a reptile? Yes, they crawl on the floor. They crawl on the floor. So, reptile. Snake is a reptile. Cats? No. Mammals. Cats are mammals. Crocodile. See? They are crawling on the floor. So, they are reptiles. Then, lizard. They are also crawling on the floor. So, they are reptiles. What about the tortoise? Reptiles. They also crawl on the floor. Crocodiles also, if they want to maintain their temperature, sometimes they have to go and sit under the water. If there is no water, you know what they will do? They'll burrow a hole in the ground and they'll go sit under the water. If you are here, I would have told you some really good experiences I had as a child. Okay, next one. How about dinosaur? Dinosaur is also a reptile. I just told you, no? They are also reptiles. They also have very thick, scaly skin. And Gila monsters. They are also reptiles or Komodo dragons. You can call them anything you want. Komodo dragon, also that also fine. Okay, they will be like this only. They live in the deserts. So, the reptiles in this page are snakes, crocodiles, tortoise, turtles are also reptiles. Then, lizards, dinosaur and Komodo dragon. Okay, these are all reptiles. You know what happened? Once when I was a child, when Miss Juna was a little girl, I was in my hometown in Kerala. So, in our backyard, one tortoise came. Okay, one little fellow. I can't say little, he is a little huge only, heavy fellow. So, what we did, me and my cousin brothers and sisters together, we tied the leg of the tortoise and we tied it to the post outside, one pillar outside the house. Okay, so the tortoise maximum how much it can go with the கயிறுலேருந்து எவ்வளோ தூரம் போக முடியுமோ அங்கேயே நின்று ஆடிட்டு இருந்தது. Then we let it be like that. We thought we want to observe it for some more time. நாளைக்கு we will let it go. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So we all went off to sleep. And then next day morning I was the first one to wake up to see what happened to the tortoise. You know what happened when I went and saw in the backyard? Tortoise was not there. ஆனால் அந்த பில்லர் மேலே கட்டி வச்சிருக்கிற அந்த கயிறு மட்டும் அப்படியே நேராக it went under the ground. So I got worried. Where did the tortoise go? Where did the tortoise go? You know what it did? It was feeling probably hot or cold. I don't know what it did. It started digging one hole in the ground and it went and hid itself inside. Very beautifully it was under the soil. You will only see the rope going like this. That's all. Then I called all my cousins and then we tried to dig it out and we found out the tortoises. After that, நாங்க அந்த கயிறை கழட்டி விட்டுட்டு we just sent it into the pond which is there behind our house. So it went happily swimming into the water. Okay, so I let it go. I didn't do anything else more than that. I am good only. Okay, just to see what happens the tortoise. See, if I didn't do that, I will never know that. So why do you think the tortoise went under the soil? அதோட டெம்பரேச்சர் மெயின்டைன் பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்கு, சரியா? அதோட டெம்பரேச்சர் மெயின்டைன் பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்காக it will go under the, probably in the night it was feeling very cold, so it wanted to keep itself warm, so it went under the soil. Okay, புரிஞ்சுதா? So that is the meaning of cold blooded. அவங்க டெம்பரேச்சர் மெயின்டைன் பண்ண முடியாது. See, I learnt a lesson on that day. Then next page. In the next page we are going to talk about birds. See, about the birds, I don't have to tell much. You can very easily find out which of these are birds. What is this? Hen. Is hen a bird? Yes. How about this? Not a bird. What is this? A bird, a crane. No, it's a fish. Parrot, a bird. Ant. No, it's an insect. This is ostrich. Yeah, it's a bird. Camel is an animal. What about this? Penguin. That is also a bird. So which are all the birds in this? Hen, crane, parrot, ostrich and penguin. These are all birds. Okay. Now what I am going to tell you, I have something to tell you about birds. Okay. How do you identify a bird? Wings. All birds have this fantastic thing called wings. Insect also has got wings. Then how will you differentiate between wings and birds? I mean insects and birds. Insects have 3 parts. You remember? Head, thorax, abdomen and the antenna. Remember the antenna. Birds, நீங்க பார்த்திருக்கீங்க birds having antennae like this? No, they are not having. So birds have wings but they don't have all this antennae and all. Okay, so that's how you identify very clearly the birds. Now how about birds? Do they give birth to baby birds or do they lay eggs? They lay eggs. Very good. Birds make a nest and they go and lay eggs in it. So they are not the mammal category. They are a different category. Now I told you that mammals have hair on their body. Then reptiles, they have scales on their body, I told. How about birds? Do they have hair on their body? No. அவங்க skin மேல instead of hair they have feathers. What do they have? Feathers. Some of you will have a habit of, of collecting feathers. Yeah, if you don't have a habit, you can start developing now. Different kind of feathers. You can start collecting a peacock feather, a quail feather, a crow's feather, parrot's feather, sparrow's feather. You can start collecting it. And you observe the feathers. How are the feathers? How is the design on it? Okay, and there are different kinds of feathers also. The one which comes on their back, the one which comes under their body, the kind of feathers which comes in the tail. We have learnt all that, right, in the terminology cards for birds. Tail feathers, you remember? We'll go back to it again, don't worry, I will bring it. Now we are in animal kingdom theme, we will see all of it again. Okay, so birds have feathers, not hairs, feathers. And coming to warm blood or cold blood, like mammals like us, they are also warm blooded. They also can maintain temperatures. Okay, if the temperature goes up, their body has a mechanism to maintain. If they can maintain the temperature, they are called as warm blooded. Okay, so birds are warm blooded, they can maintain the temperatures, so maximum they can survive in any environment, no problem for them. Okay, they don't have to go hide under the soil or they don't have to go sit under the water. அதெல்லாம் பண்ண தேவையில்லை. சும்மா இருக்கும்போதே they can maintain the temperatures. Okay, they don't have to behave like crocodiles or like turtles or tortoise. Okay, so that is for you for birds. Birds have feathers. Birds are warm blooded, they can maintain their temperature and they lay eggs, and yes, they are all vertebrates. They also have backbone. We did see, right? Okay, so this is all for today for you, birds and reptiles. You can color them and try to remember these points based on vertebrates or invertebrates, warm blooded or cold blooded, whether they are egg laying or not, or what is the kind of skin they have, the kind of texture on the skin. Is it hair or is it scales or is it what? Feathers. Okay children, go through this, enjoy your coloring. I like to see your culture book. The culture book was the most beautiful, vibrant, colorful book of all your work. Continue the good work. I like to see your perfect work at the end of this term. Okay? See you again in another video. Until then, bye-bye.